Hello. Thank you for joining us for a live event today. I welcome to Sunny Chung Show. I really appreciate that Daniel Ng have time today and attend my event today. So I today going to interview Daniel and get his feedback how he's doing his commercial real estate. I just want to share a little bit about Daniel before we begin. Daniel is seasonal real estate professional based in Plano, Texas, with extensive knowledge and experience in commercial real estate. He began his career in real estate shortly after graduating from Plano East High School in 1998.
East Side.
East Side. And he obtained his BA in international banking and financing from Franklin University in Switzerland. After he graduated from university, he worked for a variety of companies, including GE Management and TK Inc. and Associate Investment Group, focused on managing leasing, retail, and syndicate deal to acquire shopping center in the Dallas-Fort Worth market. Daniel, thank you very much for coming today. There's a couple questions I would like you to share with the audience and myself about your journey in real estate. Can you walk us through your journey after high school and how to become a prominent figure in commercial real estate industry in Plano, Texas?
Yeah, well, I want to appreciate being on the show with you, Sonny. Let's bring up the heat for our audience. It's just exciting to be here. Right after high school, I knew that I wanted to be in real estate in some aspect or form, just growing up in that arena. And right after high school, I did go to Karen Dillard's. If you remember Karen Dillard's School of Real Estate, Karen Hawes, actually. And it was in Addison. I remember going right after high school during the summers, getting my real estate. I was the youngest guy in the class, getting my real estate license. I finished my real estate license during the summer, right before going to college.
Nice.
So, so right after went to college in Switzerland, enjoyed the 3 years in a small liberal arts school in Lugano, Switzerland. Very great location to be in school. If you want to look at that opportunity, it was an opportunity. Mm-hmm. So. And graduating in 2001, I finished, and I came back, and I started my real estate career in 2001.
So would you say, I just want to know, because I never been to Switzerland before, so what is like between the culture here and Switzerland? Do you recall what it look like that kind of make you focus on real estate? What do you see?
Well, I think a lot of Americans, like myself as an American and, Asian American, I never really got the chance to travel to Europe, so that was my first experience as a college student, leaving America, going to Europe, understanding the European mentality, the culture, the food, and the people. And it's a great experience because you get to immerse yourself for 3 years, learning the culture, understanding what people look at the U.S. from a different perspective. I grew up, in Texas. And, I would go back to Hong Kong and Asia for, family vacations as a young, during my younger years. And I saw, the Asian perspective of what people look at from America, but not from the European perspective. So that gave me a better understanding of just people in general.
Right.
And I think that also set the tone for my career now to understand people, right, in different cultures. I enjoy food, so... that was a great experience in my college years. We talk about it's like over 20 years now, so it's crazy.
No, it is. It's good to recall back the memory, right? So when you go to Switzerland, you was major in international banking and financing as well.
Yes.
Just go back memory because the market crisis the way it is right now. You know, just reflects back, like let's say the crisis in 2008. That's impact in real estate.
Yes, it was a big impact.
Yeah, so when in that time you actually get certified to be a CCIM member.
Yes.
Right, and you get a CPA for CPM. I'm sorry, for property management. Can you reflect back in that time? How did you strategize? How did you able to get your CCIM, and how that market different in 2008 compared to now?
Yeah, so if you kind of go through my timeline of like kind of the career. 2001 graduated, came back to the U.S. in August, and I remember, everyone remembers what happened 9/11 2001 that day, and just a month in my career, 9/11 hit, And we didn't know what was going to happen. We had another crisis in our market in real estate. And then, of course, a few years later, before the '08 crisis, my father had a major stroke. So my father was running the business with me. I was learning the ropes through my father. And, mom was also helping on the management side. But my father was the one that's really the one that has built up the real estate empire for our family. He's an entrepreneur. And it really hit hard when he had a major stroke in '06. My first marriage was failing in '07, and then '08 happened, and our financial crisis. So just one thing after another. And I had a great friend. His name was George Tang Hongs. He's with Lee and Associates, and it was the whole industry was hurting. So him and I were talking about, like, hey, there's this class, there's a sort of certification called CCIM. I didn't know what that was, and we decided to take this class together in '07, '08, and that's how I got into CCIM. CCIM actually excelled my career because it's the network, the people you surround yourself with. And actually, later on, I met my business partner, Calvin Wong, through CCIM class. And, because of CCIM, I realized there's another organization called CPM.
Okay.
And that's on the property management side. Well, we own assets, and the market was down, not much transactions, so education. So education is very important because when you're busy, you have no time for education. When the market's down, kind of like our market is down now, time for education because you need to invest in yourself. And whatever you're investing in yourself, nobody can take that away. It doesn't matter what company you're at. You're investing time, you're investing knowledge, and you're also connecting with great like-minded people, and it's important.
So I love how you share that story. I mean, from based on what you just shared, your dad had a stroke in '06, and then in '07, your marriage and everything else. So with all these failures set back, what strategy have you used to bounce back, become stronger and resilient in your career?
Yeah, so in any setback, in whether it's personal or business, surrounding yourself with people that are growth mindset, the people who are encouraging, because we all have different failures, right? But we can't let those failures bring you down, right? You learn from it and you keep on going because the only way you learn is you go through it. So we've been through different cycles, we've been through different things, and we learn from other people, right? We try to teach our children not to fail, but sometimes you have to let your children also fail so they learn themselves, or else they're just going to be entitled, right? We see a lot of generations now who are entitled, but we have to go through that. That's our story, right? So everyone has their own story, but it's not what defines us, right? Our failures don't define us. Sometimes people get that mindset like, oh man, I failed, that's what defines you. No. The failures is something we go through and how we overcome it. What we overcome is what defines us. So just keep on, whether you're a book reader or you like listening to Audible now. I mean, there's so much resources now. YouTube. I mean, imagine we had YouTube back in, when we were younger, right?
Right.
We didn't have that.
No,
there's so much resource out there, but it's how you apply it, right?
I think personal improvement, social discovery, and social awareness, and be honest with yourself, that's how you grow from failure, right? So how did you prioritize your self-improvement and continue to learn in your busy schedule? And what strategy did you employ to stay motivated and inspired?
Going back to investing in yourself, right? Whether you're reading books or getting coaching, whether it's personal coaching or business coaching, I think it's important. Since we're part of a platform now, there's so much coaches that I get to meet and hear and listen to. Tony Robbins is one of a motivational coach. I've listened to Tom Ferry before. He's another real estate coach. Ed Milet is another coach that I got to hear at EXP Con. So
good guy.
Realizing there's so many great people out there, you just need to surround yourself with them.
Right.
And let that energy, let that positive mindset get into you so you can also be the light and a resource for your team if you're building a team.
Okay, so let's go back to your partnership with Calvin.
Yeah.
Right. So I know you guys great, like a perfect marriage. Even I get jealous of it. So what prompted your decision to partner with Calvin Wong and establish Invest Group? And what you believe set Invest Group apart from and provide a service that's separate from all the rest?
Yeah, I mean, so Calvin and I partnered up since 2012. You know, a very different background. He had a corporate background from Goldman Sachs. You know, for me, you know, I had the family business that I was running. So very different background. The partnership worked where we created a brokerage, did our syndications. We owned properties together. We created a mini brokerage. We franchised that brokerage at one point, and then later on, you know, when this model of EXP came out, because our partner, Jim Wong, started this new division. We followed our leader, and this just excelled our growth because it just amplified, you know, who we are as leaders, because it just allowed us to grow not just in our own market,
Right.
But going back to our partnership, why we started, you know, everyone wants to make money, everyone wants to do something, and you know, partnership is a great way because you cannot do things alone.
Right.
And a lot of brokers that I see, they just try to do their own thing, and they're not able to collaborate with other partners because one is they're not collaborative, you know. So you have to have a collaborative mindset going in to
Very
this
true.
business if you want growth. Some people like to be on their own, and that's fine. But there's a time where we're getting older every year,
Yeah.
right, Sonny?
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
So in order to build a legacy,
Yep.
you have to have a collaborative growth mindset and
Agree.
be able to pour your knowledge into people. So that's what Calvin and I are doing now, is pouring knowledge into the younger generation so they can continue on to make money and you know, provide for their families.
I mean, I think that's great that you and Calvin have the same vision, and finding a partnership. What you guys have is really helpful to move forward, collaboration. Like even this one I want to lead to when you mentioned about EXP platform. I'm an EXP platform,
Yep.
and you're an EXP. Like most of the audience don't know what EXP platform is.
Yeah, yeah.
So can you share a little bit about EXP Commercial Platform and how you see that actually helping inspire your company and other company by leveraging the EXP platform?
Yeah, I mean, so a lot of people look at EXP. It is a brokerage. It is, but however, it's the technology behind it. It's truly a platform, because we're not a franchise. It's one corporate company. They provide services, meaning they provide the back end stuff,
Right.
trainings, things like that for
Collaboration.
growth, collaboration. For me as a business owner, you know, I'm only licensed in Texas, but now because of one platform, I can grow. You and I can grow in Dubai. We can grow in
Right.
Hong Kong. We can grow in all multiple states, and that is the power of being part of a network that allows that. Because as an independent broker, I couldn't do that. As a franchise owner, I couldn't do that. I would have to get licensed in all 50 states and pay for the franchise fees to open up offices. So with a platform like an Airbnb or Uber, we're a disruptor because we're a technology real estate company that was created for growth, right?
Right.
And it allows a freedom because they figured out the formula to make growth happen. I do have a residential team, but I'm not managing the residential team because my focus is commercial. But it doesn't stop me from growing. So it doesn't. So if you're a entrepreneur that's in real estate and you want to grow, then you can. It's up to you. It's up to
Right.
us. So what we've done with this EXP platform is actually create a real estate club or real estate community. Some people like to call it. And this community is how we set the tone. You know, our mission and vision is creating a real estate community that can collaborate. Everyone's a partner.
Right.
They're not just agents. If I look at you as just an agent,
Yeah,
that means
different.
you're kind of under me. No,
Yep,
you
yep,
are my
yep.
business partner. And when you have that mindset that, hey, I'm a business partner with Daniel, I need to bring to the table too. We
Right.
all are bringing to the table and collaborate. And that is the power of building a network of real estate entrepreneurs coming together. And that's what we're doing with our network.
So is that why the reason why you create we partner network?
Yeah,
That kinda help?
you know, We Partners Network was created because of EXP, this platform, because it allowed us to create a community within the platform, and that's why we're growing at the pace that we're growing. We're over 200 plus people now, and you know, a lot of entrepreneurs that are coming together and you know, being growth mindset. Right, you're not going to grow if agents are not giving back.
Right,
And
right.
and we
You
all
didn't
have
want
to
that.
give back, and and everyone's at a different level in their career, and that's okay. But we all have a skill set, we all have experiences, we all have past failures that we can bring
True.
to the table. Like, hey, this is what didn't work, and this is what I want to bring in because I failed here, but I'm gonna bring all the positive stuff coming in. So
I love that how you have a positive mindset and try to step out your comfort zone and embrace a new opportunity
yeah,
for your personal growth and also your professional growth by leveraging EXP Commercial Platform, right? There's one thing I would like you to say to the audience about you and Calvin business. You guys exploding in the Plano area. So could you tell us more your experience in syndication a deal to acquire a shopping center in Dallas Forward market and how that shaped your approach in commercial investing?
yeah. So agents typically are just doing production. They're just selling homes, selling shopping centers, doing leasing, whatever it is. But this allows our community to grow, and we can syndicate within the network. So with this real estate club or community whatever you want to call it, well, now when we get to 1,000 people, and if you have a project, and it's like, hey guys,
I love that.
you can just pitch your deals within it. Of course, everyone we're all 1099,
Entrepreneur,
we're
yep,
entrepreneurs. It's up to us to look at the risk factor, but you have a whole organization, you have a whole community where you can share that to. So it's important now what we're doing because yes, we've been syndicating. When we're syndicating, we're helping investors make money. I want to help our network make money. I want to help our team make money
I love that.
and be part of the deal, not just making money for other people.
Right. So
Because
yep.
when money is involved, we understand that sometimes people get greedy, right? And if an
true.
investor doesn't make their 8% or 9%, they complain about they're not getting their mark. But we're working so hard, but together we're going to be doing it. So
I love how you put the syndicate within the real estate club because my show is mainly about agentpreneur.
Yeah.
Right? It's help agent become investor.
Yeah.
We all work hard and some of us want to own real estate one day.
Yeah.
Right. So I think by creating that syndication and a network, a platform by leveraging
Yeah.
EXP Commercial that every agent that we have within our network
they have the opportunity.
to invest in.
Yeah.
I think that's very insightful that you share about our platform and about what you try to do and help the agent in the network and leveraging EXP Commercial real estate. Okay, so before I wrap this up, I mean, there's a lot of golden nugget here watching it. So here's my closing, okay? This is my closing, and let's say that if you accomplish everything you accomplished, okay, and you did everything you can, and let's say when you're gone,
Yeah.
when you're gone in this world,
Yeah.
you left everything behind. You can't bring anything with you. What three things you want people to remember you by, and what you like to share with the world?
Well, I think three things I want to share. If we all have a timeline, we all know that. I think I want to give back into this community, this real estate community that we're building, is a legacy not just for them, but for their children, even my children, because all the assets that we have. Yes, my children will inherit that. Yes, if you're watching kids on YouTube later on, the children
Remember this. Yeah.
will inherit the assets.
Uh-huh.
But if they don't know what to do with the assets, they
Yep.
can gamble it away. They can sell
That's true.
everything. I have no control. We don't have control. But what I'm building here, this real estate community, this legacy, I'm passing the uncles and aunties to them. Of course, you have children too,
Yep.
right? We all have children. Hopefully, our children will connect with your children, and that is a network where we're going to build their legacy, and they continue that on. Because it's not about the revenue share, it's not about just the assets, it's about the people. So the stronger this community is, of entrepreneurs coming in, leaders coming in, collaborative leaders, that is the legacy I want to pass down to the generation.
Okay.
So I think that was number two. Number three, what I want to leave behind, I want to leave behind that anything is possible, right? Our failures are don't define us. I want people to know that, we do all have different failures, but it doesn't define who we are. And just remember that where you're going, and believing that, for me, I'm a Christian, so I believe in God. I know that, being the light in the group is important. I hope other leaders step up to also be the light in the group and just continue this on. And, if they remember me, great. If they don't, that's okay, because it's what we start, because it's not about me.
Right.
And that's why we called it We Partners Network, because it's about all of us. So this is very powerful because it can go generations. And I see it because it's not just about real estate. It's also about leadership, growth, and whatever we're doing. If my children aren't in real estate in the future, but they have a network of different leaders, they can do other things. The impossible will become possible. So
I love that. The impossible become possible.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Daniel.
Yeah.
Thank you for being on my show.
yeah,
And I enjoy this. I could probably rewatch this and learn from this too. That's all we have for today. Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much for joining in. And I will have a next guest coming in next week
all right.
from CCIM, as well as Carlos.
Yeah,
I forget his last name.
Coloma.
Coloma, yes, Carlos Coloma. I call you out. So I will probably April. I'm
Okay.
thinking about have a show in April.
Perfect.
Thank you, everybody, for
Yeah,
tuning in.
congratulations on getting the show going, because it's important, because the goal of a show is just to pour back, give
Right.
back to the community,
Like to share.
and I'm
Yep.
glad that you started this up, because I haven't really done it yet.
I was scared to do it, but now I'm just like, you know what, just to put it out there.
Anything is
Share with
possible.
people. Anything is possible.
That's
there
right.
you go.
Thank you,
Got it.
Sonny.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Thank you.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.